Not too much. It's quiet out there on the roads. Good morning, everyone. You can see lots of green on the maps. There is an accident on the Belt Parkway westbound by Merrick Boulevard that takes out the left lane, but because it's so quiet out there, it is not causing an issue. Just use caution if you happen to be headed that way. Then over at the George Washington Bridge, things are moving along nicely out there. No construction getting in your way at your Hudson River crossings this morning, so you're in for a nice ride, at least for now. Darlene and Michael, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. 401 right now, the latest on the fallout following this had to be made.
If you are getting on the subways or trying to at this hour, just a reminder, no subway service until 5 a.m. They are still being cleaned. And as far as the major commuter rail lines go right now, so far so good. We'll take a live look outside Sunset Park. You are watching Today in New York.
Your 10-day forecast. How about traffic? Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. Not too much happening out there on the roads. It's pretty quiet. You still have an accident on the Belt Parkway westbound out by Merrick Boulevard. Takes out the left lane, but it is not causing a delay. We'll take a live look outside at the Long Island Expressway by the Grand Central Parkway. Things are moving along nicely out there in both directions. Heading over to the Holland Tunnel, that inbound tube is open. No overnight construction, so you're in for a nice ride there, as well as at all of your Hudson River crossings. And finally, heading over to the Connecticut Turnpike. Here's what it looks like out by exit 2, Delavan Avenue. Again, free and clear at this hour. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, they are both in effect today. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. 417 right now. Police are investigating. That's right. Exactly. All right, so we're all here. We're going to check in with Lauren and Maria, looking at weather and traffic, starting with you, Maria.
All right, we need the big heavy coat this morning. Temperatures are below freezing everywhere. We're down to 29 at Central Park, 16 in Sussex, 15 in Poughkeepsie, 21 in Islip. Under fair skies for now, but we'll see the clouds sort of build in later on today, but we stay chilly. In the 30s, close to average, 39 for the high at Central Park and Bridgeport, 35 in Poughkeepsie, and then down below freezing again tonight, but skies clearing out again. All right, Lauren, what are you watching on this Monday?
Not much. It's a nice quiet Monday morning if you have to commute at this hour. Unfortunately, no subway service, of course, still until 5 a.m. They are being cleaned, but LIRR had track work this weekend that all wrapped up on time, so everything is operating on or close to schedule at this point, as well as Metro North, NJ Transit, and PATH. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much. All right, 425 new.
Sure. If you are trying to get on the subways, again, no subway service for about 20 more minutes. They are being cleaned, but if you're getting on the major commuter rail line, so far so good. Long Island Railroad had that track work over the weekend, wrapped up on time, so things are moving along nicely. Let's take a live look outside at the roads. Here's the Cross Bronx Expressway, where things are also moving along nicely in both directions out there by 3rd Avenue. You are watching Today in New York. Not much on the roads. You're in for a nice drive, really. There's nothing getting in your way. That accident on the Belt Parkway cleared westbound by Merrick Boulevard. We'll take a live look outside at the Southern State Parkway out by Deer Park Avenue, so exit 39. You can see it's still very quiet out there. All of the Long Island roads are in great shape. Heading over to a similar story out there. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, they are both in effect today. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. 448 now.
Yeah.
Quick, too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quick. Right now, there's no kind of slowdowns on the roads. We'll take a live look at the Holland Tunnel or the approaches in Jersey City. You do have a lane blocked in the tube, but right now the tube is open and things are moving along nicely. There is just a bit of construction.
Thanks so much, Maria. Also coming up, the year's biggest tech event goes.
If you're getting on the subway, service has been restored and things are moving along nicely, but there is planned track work. So there is no service on the 42nd Street shuttle. That's Monday through Friday till January 29th. So you can take the 7 train or the M42 bus to get across town. Heading over to the major commuter rail line, so far so good. Everything's on or close to schedule. And let's take a live look outside at the Gowanus Expressway, where
slime on the field. Now, this was virtual. It was part of a special broadcast. Look at all the great things they did. This was the St. Bears game because it was on Nickelodeon. So viewers saw some unique graphics and appearances by cartoon characters. This is my favorite, the Hamburger Head. Saints coach Sean Payton said last week he'd be willing to get slime for real, and then after the win, he followed through. I just think that's so great. Maria said she watched it with her boys, and they really, really enjoyed it because of, you know, because of that.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun, and like Maria said, it brings in a whole new group of fans. I mean, obviously a lot of kids love football anyway, but this sort of makes it so relatable and fun, and seeing those big burly guys get slimed and have a hamburger head. Super cool.
I want the hamburger head.
We're going to do the hamburger head for you. I have a feeling that that's in the process right now. Maria.
It's
We're
in the
working on it.
future, right.
Working on it. If yeah, definitely. What's interesting too is the kids were interested to see how they were gonna, what they were gonna do next. We saw SpongeBob in the uprights, and I loved the young people, the sideline reporters and the commentators too. It was really fun. A lot of talent. A great idea too. All right, we were looking at parts of the Saints game while they're hydrated. We'll only manage about 39 today. Again, perspective. That's right about average for. Let's get you updated on traffic. Hey, Lauren.
Hey, Maria. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. One issue out there on the roads right now, it's not causing too much of a delay, but there is a vehicle fire on the outer roadway of the Long Island Expressway eastbound just after the Van Wyck Expressway. So use caution if you're headed that way. Otherwise, we'll take a live look outside at the Staten Island Expressway where things are moving along nicely out there by Clove Road. That's in both directions. Then heading over to the George Washington Bridge. Been seeing a little some flashing police lights out there, but things are still moving along just fine inbound on the upper level. Lower levels doing great as well. And then heading over to the Connecticut Turnpike. Here's what it looks like out in Stamford. Clear sailing here. The Merritt Parkway is also moving along nicely for you this morning. And alternate side of the street parking rules, they are in effect. Meter rules are in effect as well. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. 5:18 right now. Police are investigating whether.
Now, in today's CNBC Money Report, and let's celebrate this, Viennetta, the classic take on ice cream cake. It's returned after almost 30 years. What is Viennetta, you ask? It combines a wavy frozen vanilla base between crispy chocolate layers in a unique cake shape. It's part of parent company Unilever's 25 new products for 2021. They include 10 new ice cream cakes. Look at that. We're going to talk about it in a second. Chocolate pretzel swirl, double chocolate brownie batter, and then, if that is not enough, Klondike Wake Up coffee-flavored ice cream donuts. I am out of here.
You're done? He's on his way to the store right now.
Done.
I don't think Maria's far
I'm on
behind.
my way to the store.
Yeah, no, that's a good wake me up for sure, right? But that's not going to help us with our quarantine 15 guys.
I love how we do these. I love how we do these stories, right?
I know.
We had the weight loss one, and now this.
Exactly. Sounds good, though. A lot of good treats there for sure. 5:25. It's only 29 degrees out, Maria. It's a little bit chilly for ice cream, right?
Oh, yeah. Is there really?
No.
We have to ask that. How about a nice warm cup of coffee on your way out the door? One or two, Lauren?
I'm like 4.
Exactly.
And I'll eat ice cream in frigid temperatures. If you were headed out, there's planned track work out there on the 42nd Street shuttle. This is Monday through Friday, ongoing through the 29th of January. So no service. You could take the 7 train or the M42 bus to get cross town. Heading over to the major commuter rail lines, LIRR wrapped up their weekend track work on time. Everything is running on or close to schedule so far for the morning commute. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. 5:26 right now, still ahead.
Windows down this morning, Lauren, on the commute. Definitely turn the heat up.
Good advice. Thank you. If you're headed out, though, there is a place where the heat is turning up, and it's because there's a tractor-trailer fire. 80 eastbound, all lanes are shut down, approaching exit 4 Columbia. So this is way out in western New Jersey, pretty much on the border of Pennsylvania. I will keep you updated about that. That's the biggest problem on the roads right now. Heading over to the Gowanus, some delays are starting to build out there between the Prospect Expressway and Hamilton Avenue. And like you hear me say every day, this is the first place we typically see things start to slow down. So traffic is on par this Monday morning. Darlene, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Lauren. Happening today, New York steps up the COVID vaccine effort.
It's happening out there right now. Good morning, everyone. Still lots of green on the map, so most of you are in for a nice drive. I'll show you where the trouble spots are. Over on the Van Wyck Expressway southbound out by College Point Boulevard, you have a disabled truck that takes out 2 lanes. So you have the flatbed tow there and the truck there. And I'll take you over to the map so you can see there is a bit of a delay getting into that, almost back to Northern Boulevard at this point. Then heading over to 280 eastbound, there's an accident by exit 13 First Street. So things are slowing down almost back to the Garden State Parkway, not there just yet. And then 80 eastbound fully shut down. This is in western New Jersey, really on the border here between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. There's a tractor trailer fire, all lanes closed, approaching exit 4A, which is the Columbia exit. As far as just regular traffic goes, here's the Gowanus Expressway, where you can see things are jammed up between the Prospect Expressway and Hamilton Avenue. Just a lot of people out there not merging properly. And alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules, they are both in effect. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. 5:49.
There, a variety of them. We'll start with the Van Wyck Expressway. We're southbound by College Point Boulevard. You have a disabled truck. It takes out 2 lanes. Delays are almost back to Northern Boulevard. You can also see, based on the data flows on the maps, that things are starting to slow down a bit westbound on the LIE. Over on the Jackie Robinson Parkway, there's a vehicle fire by exit 5. On the westbound side, you can see causing delays here as well. And watch out for a crash on 280 eastbound out by exit 13, also slowing things down for the morning commute. Darlene and Michael, back to you.
Lauren, thank you very much. We want to bring
Why they say the move had to be made.
If you are trying to get on the subways, they're in great shape with the exception of planned track work on the 42nd Street shuttle. No service in both directions, so you could take the 7 train or the M42 bus to get cross town. Big problems on the Jackie Robinson Parkway. Kai Simonson live over the scene. There was this minivan on fire here. You could see it's been extinguished by the FDNY and on a flatbed truck, but delays are bad. This is westbound out by Woodhaven Boulevard, and things are quite jammed up getting into the area. In better news, we will take a live look outside. If you're headed to the Lincoln Tunnel, here's the Helix. Things still moving along nicely out there into
Your true intent rather than simply answering your questions. It's always so helpful when your devices and these sorts of things are intuitive, right? And they can kind of figure out what you're looking for. I mean, it's a little bit scary, but it is helpful.
But I'm terrified because I keep thinking of 2001, how the computer, you either do it, next thing you know, you're getting locked out of the spacecraft. I'm just saying
exactly. Next thing you know, it's Terminator.
Goodness. This is all taking a very dark turn.
I know, it is taking a dark turn. Let's go to Maria because she's bright and sunshiny here in the studio.
Yes, for now, right? We are just looking at some high clouds moving in. We'll get some of that sun in there in just about, actually an hour. Sunrise at 7:19 this morning. But there you see the high clouds. To our south, though, that's where all of the weather action is right now, including the snow, which is Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama this morning. Some really big flakes flying in Mississippi right now. Seeing a lot of video with the palm trees, the whole thing. But here we go. This is why we're not seeing it.
There are a couple of things happening out there. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, everyone. You can see lots of green on the map, so many of you are still in for a nice drive, but here's where the troubles are. You still have that stalled truck southbound on the Van Wyck Expressway by College Point Boulevard. 2 lanes are blocked. The delays now go back past Northern Boulevard. And not far away on the Grand Central Parkway eastbound after the LIE, you have a crash there, and Kai Simonson is live over the scene because that Jackie Robinson Parkway vehicle fire cleared. He went over here for us. So on the eastbound side of the Grand Central Parkway, you can see a pretty nasty accident out here. Looks like one car into the guardrail, another one spun. You have plenty of emergency vehicles, and look at the FDNY blocking that road off. So just 1 lane gets by. This is eastbound on the Grand Central out by the Long Island Expressway. Westbound still moving along okay in this area, but we'll continue to keep a close eye on it for you. Over on the BQE westbound, you have an accident by the Brooklyn Bridge. Eastbound delays are starting to pick up just due to congestion. On 280 eastbound, you still have an accident by exit 13 First Street, and 80 is still closed eastbound approaching exit 4A Columbia, just Columbia, and that is all due to a tractor trailer fire that's been out there for a little while now. Alternate side of the street parking rules and meter rules both in effect today. Michael, back to you.
Okay, Lauren, thank you very much. 6:18 right now. Police are investigating whether a woman
Well, and you know, I know Michael has always, right, you grew up going to the library as we all did, so this is another way
across
to keep,
the street on 23rd Street.
There you go, another way to keep kids connected, right?
Mm-hmm. And keep them occupied.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea.
Definitely. Well, the story today, guys.
The story is that it's only
Right, Lauren, it is Monday. How are things looking so far?
Let's talk about mass transit. The major commuter rail lines look good. You do have planned track work on the 42nd Street shuttle this week, so no service at all. You will need to take the 7 or the M42 to get cross town. Heading over to other issues on the rails, you have delays on southbound 4 trains. Also, southbound E trains run local from Briarwood to 75th Ave, but otherwise everything is on track. Ferries are in good shape as well. Michael, back to you.
All right, let's take a look at the morning commuters. Lauren Scala.
Thanks, Darlene. There are delays out there on the D and the F subway lines. If you're getting on the roads, you can see delays on the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. That outbound upper level construction on the GWB slowing things down a bit. You can also see things slow going southbound on the Deegan, and that is all because of this accident out there southbound, pretty much under the Cross Bronx Expressway. You can see a couple of vehicles involved. So just 1 lane gets by. You can see those delays are pretty heavy getting into the area. So avoid that for now. Darlene, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Let's check the weather today. Chilly, dry, most